being a big rock star has a lot of advantages. You get to make money, you get to play in front of thousands of adoring fans, you get to see the world, you get to express yourself creatively, and if you're lucky, you get to leave a mark on the world that will last much longer than your own mortal life. But there are issues and problems as well with being a high-profile musician, and I'd like you to listen in to something that Alex Van Halen had to say about playing at that high level, and then I'm going to reflect on it and ask for your opinion. So here's Alex Van Halen speaking right here. Let's listen in.
The reason why it's so difficult to perform and have your music critiqued by people who most people don't really know what the hell they're talking about. Because this is your soul. You're attacking my soul? Let me talk to you. But there's also that's also part of the, and I'm not making this acceptable behavior or preaching that you should do it, but this is part of the reason why there's so much drug use in the creative arts, because you're being judged on your soul. Who the hell wants that? So, and that's the depth of what we do. And I think to say that asking a girl that and she says no, that's nothing compared to somebody who goes, your music sucks.
The fact that he equated a lot of the substance abuse and self-abuse that goes on in the music industry with the idea of being judged by listeners rather than the pressures of the industry or the fear of performing in front of big crowds or the boredom of traveling around from gig to gig on tour is really interesting to me. And I think that that's probably at work with a lot of musicians, many musicians that we might not even suspect that is the case. For example, I've mentioned in one of my previous videos that I felt that Jimmy Page always suffered from a bit of stage fright as well as a bit of thin skin when it came to critics back in the day. Although I would say that the critics were unjustly antagonistic toward Led Zeppelin back then, but that's a topic for another video. What we're really looking at here is the idea of bearing your soul in front of people, and this is an even more crucial element of performance these days when celebrities and musicians and stars are basically expected to show their entire lives on social media 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And so you are not only being judged on your creative expression, but on every single move you make, every single word you say, everything you eat, everything you wear, and all the people that you hang out with. And I think that that's an awful lot to put out there on the line, and it could have something to do with why so many high-profile stars turn to dangerous forms of self-abuse. At any rate, what I'd like to know from you is, do you agree with what Alex had to say in this interview snippet? And particularly, if you're a musician, if you have experienced this kind of thing that he's talking about, the bearing of your soul and having yourself judged in a way that people who aren't performers probably can't relate to. Although I'm an amateur musician, I have never actually played very often in front of a live audience, so I would not know firsthand. However, if you're a musician, I'd be very interested to hear your take on all of this. This is what I think, but what really matters is what you think, so if you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.